Good afternoon and welcome to Planet of the Nerd. I'm your host. Let's get to talking about some stuff that has happened this week so far, and it is only Monday. Over the weekend, the trailer for Godzilla vs. King Kong had came out, and I must say it brought out the 5-year-old kid in me. I've never seen so much battling in that little quick time. It made me truly want to go see this movie and enjoy it to the point of no return. Now, it will be coming out on HBO Max and your local theaters that are able to go get some. I'm in the nation's capital, and all of our stuff is unfortunately closed. So I will be paying again for HBO Max. I dropped my subscription after that debacle that was Wonder Woman 1984. I did not come on here and talk about that because it's too much to discuss, and I didn't want to seem like a hater. I wanted to let the movie do what it do and let it be. Today, Marvel released a mini comic online called Heroes Reborn, stressing the fact that they will be redoing another universe without the Avengers. It seems like the worlds cannot survive without the Avengers, and they are bringing back the Squadron Supreme. For those who remember, the Squadron Supreme originally came out as a superhero group. Then they slowly trickled down to being villains, come back to being superheroes, anti-heroes, whatever. Marvel has a bad track record of bringing characters out that rival the Avengers only to shelve them. From the mini movie, it looks like we'll be getting Hyperion back. We will be getting Nighthawk, Princess Power, Wizard, Dr. Spectrum, and all the normal characters that belong to the Supreme Squadron. Everybody calls Hyperion a Superman ripoff, which I can agree to some extent, but he is a lot more powerful than Superman ever could be and ever wanted to be. That is my personal opinion. Don't at me on it. You will lose. He does not have any of the downfalls. He does not have kryptonite. He is also willing to kill. He does not live by some Boy Scout rule. That is probably why they constantly keep blurring the lines from hero to villains. And they are supposed to be in a world without the Avengers. You have characters that have been created for this series. It looks like they combined Doctor Doom and the Juggernaut, which is a real stretch, and they just seem to be going all over the place with this. I'm hoping it does well, and I'm hoping that Marvel can actually bring the Supreme Squadron and give them the due that it's necessary for. Next on my list is Future State. I've enjoyed the Future State sagas so far. A lot of people are complaining about the new Batman, saying they didn't give him any origin story or what happened to Bruce or everything else. They've been saying this has been coming for a long time, and nobody still expected him to actually run through with it. Everybody is looking at the stories of Wonder Woman and the new one, the old one, and wondering what is DC doing. DC is finally giving new characters a chance to shine and see which ones stick, so they could either continue to move forward with them or to go by the wayside. For the first time, DC in a long time is actually taking a chance on unknown characters instead of constantly dealing around the big three, but yet still dealing with the big three. Period. That is Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. In the issues with Superman, Jonathan Kent has just kind of lost his mind. He can't live up to his father and kind of made a mess of things. The Batman, Tim, has been doing wonders, and a lot of people are wondering why Bruce couldn't do the same things. He's not perfect. He's never trying to be perfect. He's battling with the indecision of who he is and why is he actually doing this, which makes for a great story. Now, the Wonder Woman book, I find it very intriguing that somehow, somewhere, there was another group of Amazons living, and they now just find them after many years as Wonder Woman is coming around, and it just seems intriguing. But my favorite book so far has been the Immortal Wonder Woman, mostly because as a demigod, she could almost always die just like Hercules and the rest of them. But something special is going on in that book dealing with her, Swamp Thing, and I think she's now going to be the new avatar of the Earth. And if so, that will be wonderful for her character, but I am thrilled about the way they represented the original Nubia in the backstory. That has been waiting for so long that people have been screaming for DC Comics to do something with that character, and it gives a lot of young small black women and girls representation of another strong black character, a character that DC Comics have put down to the wayside. They've actually totally erased her from Wonder Woman's backstory to the point where if you look her up, you get the alternate Earth version. You don't get the original character. The character that has been around so long that she was originally planned to be in the Linda Carter Wonder Woman TV series. And the fact that at the time, one of the biggest toy manufacturers that did her toy line, which was Migos, that did the Wonder Woman television series, actually made a Nubia action figure. That's how intricate she was, connected to the story of Diana Prince and Wonder Woman. But again, DC dropped the ball. Now, I'm hoping that with all of the stuff that's going on with Marvel, DC, and even some of the indie books, we get more representation in the comics. Over the years, not just us old nerds, but as we know, most times that we father young nerds, boys and girls that we love to pass down our knowledge of anime, comic books, and everything to. They want to be seen and represented in this industry that we all love. Comes down to the writers and the people in charge willing to accept that, yes, tons of black kids, tons of little girls, tons of different ethnicities read these books and collect these items that they put out on a regular basis. I go to conventions when we had them all the times. In Washington, down Richmond, up New York, there's a big culture of black, Latino, Asian in costume of their favorite character, but they rarely find a character that looks like them. That is a big issue. As you can see around me, I have characters of Batman, Superman, Star Wars, Turtles, all over the place. Nice figures, nice collectibles, but out of all of them, even at the height of, Luke Cage, there was no action figure. There was a statue that cost a couple $100, but there was no action figure. There's no action figure except for the original Migos doll of Nubia. There's no action figure unless you had to go through some of the early Todd McFarlane stuff of some of the Image characters that was black like Spawn. There is very little representation when it comes to characters that look like us. Hopefully, going forward, with the future state line up and some stuff that is actually going on now in Marvel Comics, that can change. Again, this is your boy Top Dog, aka Ghost Dog, hollering back at you. I'll be back in a week with more news, more drama, more social stuff. Holla.